about the team atmosphere. I talk about the events that we do together, how we are able to play and work. You know, if it's not fun, the Blues not going to want to do it. So when I am doing incentives for the Blues on my team, they don't care as much about money. But I can tell you, if you have a wine limo tour, they do not want to miss it. If you've got a diamond and above team dinner, they want to be there. You know, so think about training and motivating your Blues by having team events that they have to earn, because that can be their carrot. Now, what's interesting about the Blues is that they show up to everything. Okay, they come, they party, they're excited, they have friends everywhere. They're the networker, but they contribute. Because when you say, "When was the last time you rapped someone?" they'll go, "Really? Supposed to rap people? Forgot about that." So they can sometimes trick you. You're like, "They're so active, they're so engaged, but when was the last time you added someone to the computer? Like, let's make some money here." So you have to keep them focused because they love to be the social butterfly. Anybody say that? Yeah. Woo! Blues love social events. They thrive in that group, and they're motivated by the fun. So it really is the fun that draws them into the business and keeps them there. That's the community. The community is the glue, and we all need Blues on our team because they care about the community. So an interesting story is I was working my business consistently and hard, and I was behind my computer a lot. And I signed up my RA from college. His name is Carlos. And he kept wanting to go to lunch. I don't have time for lunch. I'm working my business. But you know what happened is he was consistently asking me, "Can we go to lunch? Can we go to lunch? Can we go to lunch?" And I'm like, "Okay, what do you want to, let's do this checklist of questions and then let's move on." But that wasn't his deal. His deal, he wanted to connect. He wanted to hang out. And what happened was he got me from behind my computer. So what we started doing is we started going to lunch once a month. And then we started inviting teammates. And then we started working during lunch because I have to be productive. So we were able to start doing team workday lunches where we got together to fulfill the Blues need, but we made it productive and added a winner to fulfill the Reds need.
Ooh, I
and
like
so then
that.
we said the person who follows up the most during this hour wins a can of energy, and people got to work. So it was fun because he was able to bring that fun back into my business, and I was able to help keep them focused. But it's not about the money as much as it is about those social events. And then we've got yellows. Aww. Would anybody say they're yellow? Aww. I used to be. I'm orange now. I'm a yellow turned red. But you know what? This is most people. This is most people. So they ask why. They hate conflict. They want to please people. They want to connect with and work with people. They're team players. They're understanding. They ask why. These are your givers. These are the people that love to help. What I have found is that reds can be really good recruiters, but you want to put them with a yellow so that they can, because yellows are really good mentors.
Can't see it very
because they're listeners. And they're going to sit and say, "What is your goal?" Whereas the reds already signed up 3 more people. What is your goal? What do you want to do with this? That kind of thing. So yellows, when I'm doing part of my presentations, you'll hear we talk about the money for reds, opportunity. We talk about fun for blues. We talk about gives back for yellows. And we talk about how we can help more people in this business than I ever could in our previous career because I want to touch the yellow. I want the yellow to know that this is not a selfish business, but this is a selfless business because of all the blessing we can give all around the world. So they love working as a team. So again, they may not be super fast starters, but they love the team events and they do want to learn. They want to know that they're going to be supported and encouraged. They like stability, so they don't like drama. And they love things like taking action together. They want to do team blitzing days. They want to do action work days. They want to chart together. They want to be connected to that community. So if you were building a bridge, let's say you have a bridge to build and you're talking to a red. A red might not even hear the end of your sentence. They're off to build the bridge. They don't know where. They don't know why. They don't know what materials to use or how big the bridge needs to be. They're like, you need something, you need a bridge, all right, I'm going to go do it. They take action immediately. The blues start asking questions like, who's going to use the bridge? Tell me more about this bridge. Is this bridge going to be fun for the community? Is this bridge going to bring, Yellows are asking, who's going to be blessed by this bridge? Who is this bridge going to help? Will this help homeless people get from A to B? What is this going to do for people? Greens, on the other hand, they want to know everything about the bridge.
Lord,
they are like, so tell me, where is this bridge?
Amen.
How long is it? What materials should I use? How strong does it need to be? Who's going to use the bridge? Why do you need this bridge? They are going to get to the nitty gritty. Who do you want to build this bridge? Would you ask your red to build a bridge? Maybe a green. You might trust your green a little bit more. 25% of people are green. They love details. This is your lead who asks you a million questions. Anybody have that? They are green. Send them the information and say, Google it. They don't need for you to have all the answers. They just need to know that they can find the answers. So a green may seem rigid and resistant to change, but they just like to be prepared. I have a presidential who's green, who also happens to be my cousin. And I did not know this about her until she signed up. And then she kept asking me everything. And I'm like, dude, they made that policy after I started. I don't know. We have policies. Just kidding. Like, I don't know that stuff. And so what I found was that I would get anxious. And I'd be like, she's bombarding me with questions. I would get anxious when she'd call. And finally I realized that she didn't need me to be the expert. She was calling me because that was convenient for her and a habit for her. She just needed to know where to find the answer herself. So I was able to give her the resources so she could then go and find the answer. And now when she asks me questions, I say, what do you think? Because at the end of the day, again, she's not looking for me to be the boss. She's not looking for me to be the expert. She just wants a place to process. And she is one of those people that wants to talk it out, right? She is not one of those people who I can say, hey, we've got a team call in 3 minutes. You want to do it? She'd go, no! She needs to They're analytical, they're cautious, but you know what? Greens are loyal. Greens are very loyal because once they've made the decision, they are in. They are in. So I don't know how you would recruit a green, except you probably would talk numbers. Like tell them about a report or something. Greens often are really good at compliance because they have read the policies and procedures. And sometimes they're really good at product too because they've really dug in and done their homework. So when I am doing my plan or my spiel to people, I'll often talk about how much research Brandon did because I didn't do any. But Brandon, he did look into things. He looked into the products. He Googled ingredients. He did things like that, and it can connect with those greens. So they're motivated by learning. They're motivated by knowledge. So one way you can motivate a green is to possibly be like, all right, girl, you're in charge of posting about a product a week on the team page. Can you learn about it? Can you do facts and figures? Can you research ingredients? Can you whatever? And you're in charge of this. I often put my girl in charge of our compliance call, every few months that we would do. Can you tell us compliance, please? And she'd be like, yes. Love to. She gets really excited about that stuff. But you know what? We need all 4 colors in our business, don't we? We do. Because if everybody were green, we'd get nothing done. If everybody were blue, all we do is hang out with each other. It wouldn't actually work. If everybody was yellow, right, we need all 4 colors within our team. And when you are working with your leaders, it's helpful to understand what color they are because then you can give them a job or a role within the team that helps fit and fill that need. You know, if they're red, you can be like, all right, you're a recruiter and you're teaching, you can teach people how to hit their goals, how to time management, you know, all that kind of stuff. If you're yellow, they can be really good mentors, they can be really good customer gatherers because they love the products and they hear people share a need, whether it's they can't sleep or they have headaches or whatever it is, and they're like glued to it. Oh, I can help you. So whatever your leaders or your new distributor's strength is, identify what their mode of color, their main color, and then use that to not only the team's advantage, but to their advantage as well. Because as soon as your people feel like they're adding value to your team, and they're more than just a box to be filled, they are going to be loyal to life. Because what you're doing is you're creating a community based on strengths. A community based on people doing what they love and finding their passion. That's when people really come alive. Anybody have any questions about the colors? Any questions? So take a minute, write down a few of your key leaders and a few of your prospects and what you think their color might be based on the questions they're asking. Because that will help you know how to respond to them. How many of you think you're red? How many of you think you're blue? How many of you think you're primarily yellow? How many of you would say green? Oh, wow. Lots of green. Okay. Cool. Well, yep, you have a question? Oh, yeah. I think we all are each and every one a little bit. Yeah? Yeah, I do. I think we all are we're all each of them a little bit. The question is, what are you within it works? Because we can be yellow with our family and red in the business. We can be detailed at work, but yellow with the business. So decide pick and choose which is your primary color here with it works. And then I challenge you to find a little bit of that red spark. Find that red within you. That little bit of competitive spirit who likes to win. Because I think that can be a little bit of that fire inside that will take your business to that next level. But what I love is that no matter whether you're red, blue, yellow, or green, primarily, there's a home for you here. We can find a spot for you. You can find a place within your business to thrive based on whatever color you are. So, next up, we have a men's panel. Ryan, come on up, and Tawny is going to interview you.
Go, Justin! Woo! I want a white couch.
Share just a little bit about your story, what you're doing, what you're still in, what you
Mm-hmm.
so who you are, what you do, and how long the network.
So I'm Justin Holden.
Woo!
You guys already met me.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this this is officially our third year now, as of today. And we live over on the other side of the mountains, over in Gig Harbor. And when we first heard about this, my wife's cousin Emily hounded her to get back. I didn't know anything about this. Especially when it comes to the beauty world, women like to keep that to themselves. They just like to show you the finished result, but you don't really know what goes on behind closed doors. So she told me one day, she's like, I have these wraps sitting on the desk. Do you think I should use one? And it was kind of like in one ear, out the other. I didn't know what she was talking about. And then she did it again, and then she asked me again. And finally I'm like, what is it with these wraps? Just do it already. I don't care. Just do it, whatever it is. So she did. She was excited. She did them. I think she drank wine the first time she did it. And didn't take pictures, so we didn't think it worked. And then she told her cousin, and she's like, no, do it again. So she wrapped again, and then again, and on the third wrap, her pajamas fell off in the middle of the night. And she almost tripped into the TV.
All right.
So we knew it worked. And then she wanted to, basically her cousin said, hey, you own a salon. You would be amazing at this. She used to actually work at my wife's salon, Emily did. And she just knew that she'd have that ability to sell this. So she thought about it. She was a no for a long time. I think some more months went by. And finally she made the decision to do it. That was when the bone in her neck turned sideways. We had gone through all these hospital bills. I was taking off tons of time at work. I was a heating and electrician service technician for HVAC. So I was driving all the time, 60 hours a week, and I had to come back for lunches for her. I mean, everything. It was a terrible time. So she wanted to do something different. We knew we couldn't keep doing the salon, keep doing that kind of struggle. So she said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the kit. We're going to get started. And so my answer was, no, you're not. I think most men probably say that same thing. Wife says, I want $100 to go start a business. You say no. Especially if it's your card. So she cried. That's what they do when they don't get their way. It worked. I know a lot of men, and it hurts me to hear this all the time, have to wait for a comma in the paycheck or for some huge change in their business for them to come around. When I saw that I wasn't supporting her, about 10 minutes later, that's all it took to change my mind. Because she really wanted it. And who am I to tell her no? I'm supposed to be the one supporting her in all endeavors. In every aspect of life, that's my job. That's what I signed up for. I didn't sign up for being in a relationship with her to poop on her dreams. Right? It's not what I was in this for. We were in this to build a life together. So I realized that. I changed my attitude. I changed my thinking. We got the kit. It's like 2 weeks of just, I'm green. 2 weeks of just learning. I know what horsetail chestnut is and all these. I have reports in my Google documents. If anyone wants to share their email, I can give you the shared document. I'm just kidding. Yeah, and I'm just kidding because I won't do that to you. I'm not that evil. So we spent 2 weeks, and then finally I put up a post, and I got our first loyal customer. And the red charity got mad. So then she went diamond really fast, and then double diamond, triple diamond. So that's kind of our story.
So my wife got started probably 3 years ago. I don't even remember. I signed last year today, actually. This is my 1 year anniversary. And she kind of came to me and she says, hey, my friend Ashley's got this wrap that I want to try, and it's supposed to help me. And I'm like, okay, whatever, just do it. But I didn't really get into it, didn't get involved. And then she kept talking about it, and I think she used them and didn't really talk to me about them a whole lot. And then she says, hey, Ashley's looking for 2 more people to sign up on her team to help sell them. I was like, okay, so do you think you can do it? She's like, well, yeah, I can do it, So I said, she's only got 2 more spots left. I was like, we can wait a little bit longer, find out some more. She's like, no, oh, she just signed another one, so there's only 1. I'm like, all right, just do it, right? So she did it, and we didn't really do a lot our first year. We kind of talked to some people, and then Ashley went to conference, and she tried to get Jess to go, and she didn't want to go on an airplane by herself without me for the first time. And so she waited until the next year when I could go with her, and we kind of planned on it because it was kind of a last-minute deal. And so we planned on it the next year, and I went with her. And conference really changed me a whole lot, too, as far as I was able to see the vision and where things can go with this. And like you said, I mean, we're here to support our wives, and that's what we signed up for. So we just jumped on it, and then I said, okay, I'll sign up for the bonus and to see if we can do it. And we've just been going with it as much as we can right now. So that's where we're at.
My name's Adam Winings. That's my wife. Hi. We started with the business 3 years ago in May. And originally, she just wanted to try rap. She was about 3 months postpartum with our last baby. And she just wanted to feel better about herself. So she went to a rap party. She's like, can I have $25 to try a rap? And we were not in a good place financially. But we scrounged together $25. I'm like, go for it. Unlike these gentlemen, she just signed up without saying anything to me as a distributor. Spent our last $100, and I didn't know about it. Thank you. But from there, it was kind of, I think she had this I'm going to prove you wrong mentality, even though I wasn't in the business for all of 2 weeks. About 2 weeks in, she was on a call with one of her uplines, and they were kind of talking about a little bit how the compensation plan worked, at least what they could figure out. And I was finally like, okay, I heard some dollar signs, so I'm going to read the compensation plan. And I read through the compensation plan, and I was 100% on board ever since. So I signed up middle of June, and we've both been working it together ever since. September of that year, so September of this year, it will be a stay-at-home family for 3 years now.
Right
So,
on.
Woohoo! Actually ended up hitting diamond in 90 days. And then January came along, and we went to conference, and that kind of changed everything. Like, if you want your business to triple, go to conference. Like, that's what you do. Like, not only your business, but that's when your paycheck explodes. So they brought back the normal good bonuses. In February, I hit diamond and got a $10,000 bonus. And then in March, we both hit double diamond, and we each got a $15,000 bonus. April, she hit triple diamond and got a $25,000 bonus. And then May, I hit triple diamond and got a $25,000 bonus. So in 11 months, we've gotten $100,000 in bonuses. There's so much more that this business can give you when you're working as a team. You talk about the personality colors. I'm super red, like red. Like there's no other color, it's just red. And Ashley's very blue-yellow, so we complement each other really well. And there's so many things you can do as a man, even outside of that, to support your wife or significant other in this business.
Hi guys, so I'm Evan. I've only been in the business for 2 months. So I just hit Ruby this month. And one of the reasons I joined was because Allie and Kylie, I'm Facebook friends with both of them. I played baseball with Kylie's boyfriend when I was younger, so I followed them on Facebook. I wasn't really like true friends with them, like not say like true friends, but we talked like 6 years ago in high school. Like I hadn't talked to them for a long time, and I kept seeing all these posts, and I'm definitely red. I'm all about the money. I kept seeing all these posts that they're making all this money, and I kind of joined just to prove to myself that I can do it. That's kind of why I joined, and my girlfriend moved here from Georgia, so we kind of joined together. It was more actually, I guess, my idea to join. I kind of dragged her in with me, but she moved here from Georgia, so she didn't know anyone, and she had a job where she was a trainer, and she had to be there at 3 in the morning, and her company would give her the plans like at 2 in the morning, so she had no time to plan, and it was just crap. And I loved the girl, so it was like, and it was making our relationship like go downhill. It was like going downhill, and I was like, well, if I actually love this girl, I should just tell her to quit her job. So I told her to quit her job. I have a really good job with Amazon, so I can support us. And I said, like, let's go and let's do this. And we both hit Ruby this month, and then I'm 2 away from Emerald and 6 away from Diamond, so we'll be going back.
Right
Okay, you guys kind of hit on a lot of questions I was going to ask you, but we'll go a little bit more in depth in some of these. What is it like to work this business as a man? I feel like it's definitely we have products for every single person and tons of products for men, but I feel like maybe it's just because I'm a woman, but we gear a lot of our posts towards women. So how do you feel it is to work this business as a man?
So for me, I actually kind of find it easier to talk to women as opposed to thinking that guys might judge me and whatever it might be. So I still kind of gear that towards them. I signed my first distributor that's non-local that I haven't really met with last night, actually, that was from Florida. Signed a loyal at lunch. And I got to talk to him about, I'm posting the same things that everybody else is because I can sign up a woman just as easy as I can a man. We've got a bunch of other guys on our team too that are here to help us, and I find it might be a little bit tougher because I think the women might see that and they think, if let's say Denise was scrolling through her Facebook and she sees you post the same thing that I do, then she might be more apt to go to you just because you're a girl and you can relate on those things a little bit better. But at the same time, if you're a guy and you're posting about the energy, how many guys that you work with need an energy drink? Probably most of them. I take New You every night, so I know that works for me. So even as a guy, you still have to find those products that work for you to be able to sell them. I'm not going to be one that's going to be a good salesman for Mary Kay because I just don't do makeup. So, but there might be some that are. So, you still have to go out there and find the product that works for you to be able to sell it to people that you know.
For sure.
And, opportunity has no gender bias. Like, if you have a good opportunity, share it with everybody, be talking to everybody, because really the gender bias is in your head. Like, if you're talking to a woman and she wants to make some money, that's the exact same thing as talking to a guy that wants to make some money. If you're talking to a woman that wants to be more healthy, that's the exact same thing as talking to a guy that wants to be more healthy. The only thing that a gender difference is in this business is an excuse. That's all it is. It's you finding a way to keep yourself from doing it. So you got to get over yourself and get past that amount that's keeping you from doing that, be it gender or whatever, and just go do it. Because there's nothing that a woman can do in this business that a guy can't.
All right, well, I personally need to hear that one, so thank you. What is it like to work this business as a man? So do you find it harder to approach women, those kinds of things?
So I don't, for me, how I run this business, I don't actually approach people. I know you're supposed to have a 100 list and actually reach out to people. I actually just kind of let, pictures of, result pictures, I guess, kind of do the story. I started on the system, I lost 12 pounds in 18 days, and I just post pictures about that. My girlfriend did the same thing and lost a bunch of weight. And just by posting pictures like that, I had a lot of people reach out to me. I was in a fraternity in college, so I have a pretty big network. I'm a recruiter, that is my job, so I travel the world and hire people, so I know people everywhere. And literally just by me posting these pictures, people have been reaching out to me. I've never reached out to one person, and I have 17 distributors under me. So that kind of goes to show you that just by posting
That's
pictures
awesome.
of actual results instead of the actual product, they get a better feeling of it. If they see a picture of someone that lost 20 pounds, on this product, they get a better feeling and they want to do it more than just seeing a picture of that product and saying that you lost 20 pounds. So that's kind of how I go about it. And then just treating them exactly the same. I just ask people what their goals are and then I can listen to them, even though I'm a super red and I'm really bad at listening. You have to ask them what their goals are and then kind of put them in the steps in the process of how to get to their goals and help them through it. So that's kind of how I do it.
So, my wife and I do this together. So my main focus is to do whatever she needs. That is, I wake up in the morning and the first thing I think about is what can I do for charity? How can I help her build her business?
For sure.
So on different days that means different things. I always cook the food now. That's the priority. Cook the food. I do all the girly chores. Okay, I take care of that because it frees up her to go talk to lots of people. Now, we do that for a reason. It's not just because that was a decision that either of us wanted to make. Charity gets in a room with potential, they generally sign up. So the more often she's in rooms with people, the more people we're going to sign up. I love being on stage, I love talking to people, I love inspiring people. So I'll write posts, I'll do that kind of stuff to show my team that I'm involved. I'm very active on our team page to show them what they can do. I help out, I do charting. I'm very green, so I love the charting aspects. I love figuring that out and helping people learn the business mostly. But that doesn't mean that I still don't work my business just like she does. You take products. I still put up pictures, you take greens in the morning. Try to do action stuff. I don't just put up, it works this latest greens berry image that they put up on their page. I don't think that works very well, but when we drink greens in the morning, that's what I post. I don't drink nearly as much coffee as I used to because I have greens, or because I take New before I go to bed now. Well, I'm hitting 30, so that's when I'm gonna start taking. So, so really, it's just showing out your life, that kind of stuff with social media. But when we go out, I just talk to people. That's all this business is. It's talking to people. If you don't talk to people, you're not working your business. So start talking to people, and then you're gonna find out about them. Ask them questions. Form is a great example. Family, occupation, recreation, material desires. You go through those 4 categories of questions for people. You keep them talking, and by the end of it, you're going to know their whole life story, because people love to tell you their story. And then you can help them. Or their family constantly sick. Get them on some health products. Are they sick of their job, occupation? Well, this is the best job on the planet. Network marketing is awesome. You're all network marketers. Be proud, because network marketing is the best profession on the planet. Maybe they want to spend some time on a vacation. You know how many people don't vacation? When I worked at Airflow, I had 3 years of built-up vacation time. I spent it all when we got sick, so I paid the bills, which would have meant another 3 years of no vacations if I'd kept doing that. So a lot of people really love that vacation time. We've had 12 trips to Florida now since we started. We've driven across the country multiple times. I share that with people if that's what they're into. Form, so it's family, occupation, recreation, and material desires. So you just go through that form, an easy way to remember it. And it really gets you, and it's also a great way to talk to people. So if you have a hard time talking to people, like, what do I say? What do I talk to them about? Just remember form. How's your family? Do you have a wife? You just start the ball rolling. Form, family, occupation, recreation, and material desires. And material desires, hey, maybe they have a nice car, maybe at the grocery store you come out and have a beautiful car. It's a new car. They're going to be all excited and jazzed about it if they're material desire-minded people. Well, what can you get with money? You can buy things. You start getting them down that train, get them thinking about other things that they could buy. How about them? You have a brand new truck. You got a boat for that truck? Let's get you a boat. So, use that.
You guys keep going over the things I was going to ask you next. So, come on now, guys.
We're mind readers.
You're not helping me. Okay, so you kind of talked about this, but what? Well, okay, I'm going to skip that one actually. If you didn't talk about that one. What would you tell women out there that don't have supportive significant others right now?
Okay, wait. The support helps, and it goes a long way for motivation, but that doesn't mean you can't be out working your business. Prove it wrong. I mean, as women, you all know you love to prove your significant other wrong, right? Right? I love when she proves me wrong, because it doesn't happen very often. But no, just don't let it keep you down. Get out there and work your business with or without the support, because the support will eventually come. And really sit down and have a conversation. Because for a lot of guys, a lack of support from a lot of guys is frankly because they don't know how. They don't know what you need from them to help your business unless you tell them.
Yeah, I would just say money talks, so prove them wrong. Basically, once you go, don't let him hold you down. I mean, if he's not letting you sign up though, because he's not going to give you the money to sign up, I don't really know what I would say, because that's kind of personal. I wouldn't really know how to go about that right now. I'm only 2 months in the business, that hasn't came up yet, but I'm a super passionate person, and I stand behind my woman a lot for anything she does. So I'm kind of on the other side of it. I know a lot of men don't stand behind their women, but I would just say prove them wrong. Don't let someone ever hold you down for what you want to actually do in your life, because I mean, it's your husband, but not maybe he's not the right one for you, but kind of like your friends. If your friends judge you because you post about it works, maybe they're not your true friends. They don't want you to achieve something that you want to achieve. Maybe it's not the right, not the right person because it's your husband, but you know what I mean. Kind of like that kind of maybe maybe you should try to like make him think differently. You know, dollar signs make a difference. So,
Trade him in on a
you
smarter
might
model.
be able to see if making $1,000 bonus within 2 months. So just go with it.
Get a smartphone and a smarter man.
Well, a couple things. Who here has ever been told no before? Wow. It's a lot of people. How did it feel? Anyone like it? Who likes to hear no?
Yeah.
That much closer to yes. I saw a lot more people who've been told no but don't like it. That's what I just saw. So if you're a significant other and your wife says, I want to do this, and you tell her no, that's the first one. And you're the closest person to her. You just broke her. That's mean. Mean. You should be the first yes. Get it on a good start. Now, ladies, if your man said no or he's not supportive, ask yourself 2 things. Ask yourself 2 things. 1, are you willing to let that no stop you? This is your dream. This is not his dream. That's why he said no. It's not his dream. This is your dream. Do you want it? Don't let the no stop you. And second of all, why are you with him? He's going to tell you no. Be thinking. Honestly, that's just an honest question. If he tells you no to all your dreams, what are you with him for? I'd say the same thing to men. If men have something they want to do and women tell them no, unless there's a legitimate reason, what are you doing? We're here to be happy and have good relationships. I don't know, it seems silly to be with somebody who doesn't want to do the things you want to do. Because there's somebody out there that does. I hate to give you a cold, honest truth about it, but maybe think that too.
So I was kind of actually going to say some of that too. But in all seriousness, think about it. I mean, you have to think about your home life, and if you're not getting support, is that what you really need too? You know, you're in this for you, and nobody can stop you from what you want to do if you truly want it. You shouldn't have any excuses to not do it. Just because they may not be 100% supportive, it might be different because, like when my wife started, I was able to help do the dishes and do things more around the house, cooking dinner and stuff, so that she had the time. It may not necessarily be that you guys have to go out and they're not asking you to post online all the time. They're not asking you to do all these other things. But if you just watch the kids for a night, or you do things at home so that she comes home to a nice clean house and doesn't have to worry about it, that's supporting them more than you realize. So just keep, do those things, but as far as if you don't have that already, rethink what you're doing and ask yourself, why not? Why is he not supporting me? Is it because he doesn't believe in me? Do they not believe in my dreams? Does he not want to see me succeed? And then, dig deep. Why? Why not? Because if it's worth it, you'll find a way.
I didn't see Heather and John.
Total drop the mic moment. Really sweet stuff. Okay, what's one tip you would give to men working in this business?
Okay. One tip I'd give to men working this business. Okay, so I would just say, so I hear this a lot, like girls get friend requests from tons of guys all the time. I don't get friend requests from tons of girls all the time. So I think it's kind of weird when you're like reaching out to girls. That's just my tip. So, I just changed it up. Like I made sure that I put a picture of me and my girlfriend on my picture, and like when I reached out, I wouldn't like creepily go like just like their pictures with them in swimsuits. I would like their family stuff and things like that, and it just made them open up to me. That's how I went about it, because I heard a lot of girls always complain that, hey, I always get hit up by all these guys. So I was like, well, how is this going to work when I'm friend requesting girls? Because mostly girls do this business, and so like that's my main target. And so I was like, how do I do this? And that's just kind of how I go about it, and that's my tip.
Good.
Great thing to do is take some blitz cards, go out to anywhere you want to go, if you're grocery shopping or whatever, and come up to somebody, especially if they look at you. This is one of the best tricks. Wear your shirt, wear a lanyard. It's a training, I didn't bring my lanyard today. Anyone who looks at you, who looks at it, is trying to read it, so they're interested. So So just walk right up to them. That's your chance to say, hey. So what you do is you just take your card, you walk right up to them and say, hey, look, my wife won't let me come home till I get rid of all these cards. If it's Sunday and there's a football game, be like, the game's about to come on. You gotta take this card. And I need your number. Because if I don't come back with your number, she won't let me turn on the game.
So one of my tips, I guess, is talk to everybody that you know, just as much as you would, you're talking about the football game. Hey, did you see the new jerseys that whoever's got? Just as much as you could, hey, have you ever tried this new it'll really help you sleep at night. As a guy, it's a little bit tougher. I don't carry a purse around with me, so I don't carry wraps with me on hand all the time. But I do happen to carry a wrap in my wallet. So when I'm at work and somebody asks, well, what is it? You got to put it on your body. I was like, no. I can carry it in my wallet, and it's right here.
Good boy.
This is all the bigger it is. So there is not actually probably time to replace it. But
This guy's awesome.
that's all you got to do is you show them what it is, and they realize, oh, geez, I could be wearing that right now. Heck yeah, you could. Let's get one on you. I've taken wraps to work and sold them to people at work. And I work in the construction industry. That doesn't happen very often. But you can still do it. So guys, you guys don't have any excuses either. So, you guys all have Facebook. Get on it.
Get up on it.
Well, my first piece of advice would be grow a beard. But outside of that, if you're working with your significant other, find your spot in the business. Ashley and I have developed a very good division of labor. She's the public face of our business. She does most of the posting. She talks to loyal customers. She sets up meetings with distributors. And that's when I come in. I work the back office. I talk to potential distributors. I close the deal and stuff like that. Now that doesn't mean she can't do that. And that doesn't mean I can't sign up a loyal customer. But find where your strengths lie in the business and play to those strengths, while continuing to pursue self-development and work on your weaknesses as well.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, guys.
She announced it though, so I guess it's on here on the video.
Thank you.
She did say their
Thank you
names.
guys so much. Give them a round of applause.
That was awesome. Show that to all your men.
Well, that I've learned throughout the years. One of them is from Mark and Cindy Pentecost, because for their business, Mark was the driver and Cindy was at home. And so what happened was, Cindy didn't feel the blessings of the business. She just felt the burden. Being home and doing bedtime alone, date nights because you're gone, because you're traveling, or things just kind of changed. And what Mark did to help with Cindy was make sure that she felt the blessing too. He would get a bonus, and he would come home with flowers. He would make her a bubble bath, take her on a weekend vacation. Because at the end of the day, we all kind of have that question: what is this? What's in it for me? And if the spouse only feels the brunt, and they don't see the blessing, then they might not understand the need of this business. So what I have chosen to do is schedule babysitters and plan a date night. Because what can happen is I am really good at encouraging my team. And I can text message my top line leaders, oh my gosh, you're a rock star, you're doing great, blah, 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 but who am I forgetting? Brandon. So I kind of put him on my list as one of my top line leaders, and I work, every time I'm going through my list and I'm texting people, I text him too. Thank you for all the work that you do behind the scenes with our business. Thank you for taking care of the kids while I'm gone. And I texted him while I was here and I said, I got a babysitter for next Saturday. Yes. And so those are the things I think they need to see the blessing. They need to see the blessing. So take them out to a steak dinner and be like, babe, fast start. This is on us. This is on me. So they can see it. We have a Double Diamond and leadership page, and one of the husbands talks to other husbands when they're signing up. And, they say, hey, can your husband talk to my husband and tell him what they do in the business? And he says, sure. So at the end of it, the wife says, so what do you say? Like, what do you say when you talk to your husband? And he says, well, the company's stable. Company's solid, debt-free, stable company. You're walking into something you know is successful. This is not about, the question is not about it works. The question is, do you believe in your wife? I know, that's yeah. I mean, it is, and that truly is one of the questions. And if they say, yes, I do, or no, I don't, then that's where you can really work on it. But if your spouse is not quite on board, my recommendation is to make sure they see the fruit and the blessing too. All right. Next step is blitzing. Do we have any blitzers out there? Anybody love blitzing? Anybody terrified of blitzing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Blitzing is just an easy way to get in front of people you haven't met yet. We've got an easy way to break the ice. So, is it Ella? Where are you? There you are. Come on down. She is going to share her favorite blitzing tips with us.
Thank you guys all for being here. This is really exciting. I've never had the opportunity to present like this before, except at our smaller team training. So, thank you. So blitzing, we should all know what it is. And basically, it's promoting your business, your product, these amazing, life-changing things that we have, right? So it should be easy to do. It should be fun to do, and I hope you guys are enjoying it when you do it. So what I like to think of blitzing, when I think of it, I think of a server at a restaurant. Okay, there's a server at a restaurant, and they're going around, and they're coming to each table and saying, would you like some water? Can I get you some more water? Some people say yes, and others are going to say no. Does that affect the server when people say no? No. They just keep on doing their thing. They keep on offering that water and giving that good service. And that's the kind of thing that I want everybody to be doing when you're blitzing. You just keep going. No's will happen. And you know what? You should celebrate those no's. Because that means you're out there working your business. That's a good thing, right? All right, so I'm going to bring my friend Lindsay up here. She's going to help me show you what a blitz can look like. Now, there are tons of different ways to blitz. This is going to be probably the way I do it the most. I don't go out often intentionally saying, okay, I'm going to blitz today. I go out and just work it into my daily life. So, Lindsay, come on up. All right, so I like to give a compliment. I'm blitzing, got my purse, like to have this on my purse. So Lindsay's checking me out at a grocery store, and I set my purse right where she can see it. Let's pretend I did. And she checks me out, and we're ringing up, and I just ask her, how's her day going? I like to find out a little bit about that person, because, you know, generally people are, I don't know, grocery shopping's usually not that fun. So, you know, it's short conversations, and yeah, I'm fine. How are you? Good. Okay. So, talk to them a little bit, chat them up, and then I'm paying, and I'm opening my Blitz kit, which I'll talk about here in a minute. And when I'm done, I say, you know what, Lindsay, thank you so much for helping me today. Can I give you a coupon for my business? Sure. Awesome. Okay. So there it is. Now notice I give it to her. I don't keep possession of it. I want her to have possession of it. I want her to be in control of this. So Lindsay has it, and so I say, Lindsay, have you ever heard of that? You ever tried that crazy wrap thing? You have? Awesome. Have you ever tried it? Okay. Well, do you know what it is? Okay. Well, it's this wrap that you can put anywhere from your chin down, and then the other side shows you what it does. Just go ahead and flip it over. Perfect. So that's just. It does that. It tightens, tones, and firms your skin in as little as 45 minutes. And then we kind of wait a little bit because she's mind blown right now. Okay? She's mind blown. And we're going to let this process. It needs to marinate for a minute. So she's processing it. And I say, you know what? Do you know anybody who might want to get results like that? Like everybody. Yeah. All of my friends probably. We all just had babies. We all have. Heard that. So, well, you know what? I have a sample with me for $25 if you'd like to try one. All right. Not right now? Well, would it be okay if I added you as a friend on Facebook so I can just check in with you a little bit later? Perfect. So I'll show you what we do there in a minute, but that is just a simple blitz. We just talked. It was nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. Did I go off track with this and start telling her what's in the wraps and what's the magical thing that makes it work and all that stuff? No, because she didn't ask it. Do not answer questions that have not been asked. It's so important.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my friend.
Hard. But I catch myself to reading. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we talked about the compliment. That's a great way to go. I think it's also super important that you are confident. Be confident when you're blitzing. I mean, think about it for a minute. Are you going to want to go and talk to somebody who's kind of just walking around like this, not really making eye contact with you? You going to want to talk to them, shoulders down? No. You want to talk to the person who's smiling, making that eye contact, and excited about this crazy, awesome product that we have and this life-changing opportunity. So be confident, okay? It will carry you a long way. And if you don't feel like you have it right now, just fake it till you make it, because you're gonna get there. All right, and then have fun. Have fun. We've talked about this already today. It is so important. This business should be fun. And our blues out there know that. So set up blitzing events with your team. We've done some blitzing and blizzard events before, which have been a lot of fun. We go out, we have a little, we call it a pregame meeting, and talk about what blitzing is. It's great for newer people, but it's also great for people who have been doing it a while. It keeps it fun. So we'll talk about what it is, and we get into groups of 2 or 3, head out there and start blitzing together. And that's a nice way to do it because you get to see other people in action. You get to hear how they're doing it, what they look like when they're blitzing. And you get to encourage them, which is always fun too. Scavenger hunts are a fun idea. And then I like to set goals and I like to crush them. So if I go out and I say, all right, I'm gonna blitz 10 people today and I'm not going home till I do it, then I'm gonna have 10 blitz cards with me and I'm gonna do that. And the other thing, when you do that, when you get that contact information. So like that contact information, doesn't follow. And Ashley's gonna talk about that a little later, but fortune is in the follow-up. We've probably heard that a million times. Gotta follow up. So, where we left off with the blitz was how I like to add people on Facebook. So, what I would have normally done with Lindsay is I would have said, okay, will you be my friend on Facebook? And I just ask it just like that, and people go, sure, like crazy, but they let me be their friend on Facebook. So then I open up my Facebook app, put it in the search field, and hand it to them. I give them control, because this is about them, it's not about me. So I give them control, they enter their name, we send that friend request, and then once I've got their profile up, I screenshot it, so that I remember who I need to follow up with. When I get home, I put that name onto my list, and that's how we go about that. That's my favorite way to do it, I find that a little easier. Another way would be offering a digital business card. So right up there, it's nothing more than a blitz card that's on a picture, and you're gonna send that to somebody. That's a great thing to have if maybe you're low on cards, you don't have too many left, or you're just getting started in the business and you don't have the money yet to buy blitz cards. Offer a digital business card. It sounds pretty fancy too, which is kind of fun. So what I'll do with that is, okay, so hey girl, I'm low on my business cards right now. Would it be okay if I sent you my digital business card? And most of the time people are like, oh, sure. And so I say, okay, what's your number? I'm gonna text it to you right now. And so I do, and I say, oh, and you're getting a coupon for a $25 wrap, which is pretty sweet. So I send it to them, and then screenshot, once again, their name and their phone number, add it to your list, and follow up. And we've got the wrap giveaways. Does anybody do that in here? They do a monthly or weekly wrap giveaway? Awesome. So that's a nice way to break the ice again, because then it's not about you. It's about that person. Do you want to win a free wrap? I do this monthly wrap drawing, and I'd love to enter you for it. Well, most people are going to say yeah, because who doesn't like free? Give me the free stuff. We love that. So again, with that, it's getting their contact information, entering them into your drawing, and once you've drawn somebody, and if they're not the winner, or they are, you contact that person. Contact them and say, oh my gosh, you won. Or, you know what, I'm sorry you didn't win, but you can still get a free wrap. Do you want to know how? There you go. So easy as that, guys. We're going to move on to the next slide. Okay, so common objections when we're blitzing. I get it a lot. I'll have people often say, you know what, I don't have any money for that. And I'm like, that's okay, no problem. Do you have a few friends who might want to wrap? We can set up a wrap appointment, and I'll meet with you guys, and we'll get you wrap for free. Okay, that's simple, it's simple. And a wrap appointment, that's another term I like to use instead of party, just because, I don't know, parties kind of get old. I like to have appointments. It sounds more professional, and I think people are responding to it better. So let's set up a wrap appointment. And during that wrap appointment, it is like a party. You're going to wrap them, and you're going to go through that party pad, sample a few things if you have them, and sign up some loyal customers or distributors. All right, next objection, I'm pregnant. So when I get that one, and if I obviously can't tell that person's pregnant or whatever the deal is, I'll just be like, oh my goodness, well, you look amazing, congratulations. That's awesome, and I'll say, well, have you ever tried our skincare line? Because we know that's okay for women who are pregnant. And if they have or haven't, we talk a little bit about that, and then I say again, well, if you'd like to get a facial for free, if you have a few friends who want to get together, I'll give you a facial for free. Okay, so that's another route to go. And what's another objection that we have? My friend tried it and it didn't work. I say, that's such a bummer. I know that for me, it took me 4 wraps before I saw results, so it's really important to keep wrapping. Do you know how many wraps they used? Oh, they only used 1. Got it. Well, 1 is a treat and 4 is a treatment. So if you'd like, we can get together maybe with that friend and you and a few others, and we'll try it again. Lots of things you can ask them, and you can try and troubleshoot if you want, if they have the time for it. How much water did you drink? Did you take before and after pictures? You find out pretty regularly if people are not getting results, they're not doing it the right way. They're not taking the pictures. They're not drinking that water. They're not doing what they should, using the products as directed. All right, and then I love this one. So, are you saying I'm fat, or I don't need this? I get that one a few times. I remember the first time we were going through a Starbucks drive-thru in St. Helens, Oregon, and the lady's like, do you think I need this? And I was like, oh, no, I don't think you need this. You're beautiful. I said, but I know that everybody has the trouble area. Everybody has a spot that they want to tighten, tone, and firm. And so then she was like, oh, okay. And she took my card, and we got contact information. And she hasn't become a loyal customer yet, but we're working on it. Okay, and then a few tips. So, wearing your gear is so important. I see tons of cute clothes out here right now. Y'all look good. And I see a few people too that don't have anything that says it works, but that's okay. You've got it rocking because you're wearing some lime green and black. That's the way to do it. Go to Target, go to Walmart, get a tank top for $2 and wear it proudly. Get a Blitz lanyard. Holy smokes, these things are great. What does this cost you to make? $1, $2? You take a Blitz card, you laminate it, punch a hole in it, pop it on a lanyard, you're golden. Now mine's rubbed off, but you should write "Ask Me" on one side of it. And I have a lot of people that will come up and be like, "Ask you what?"
I'm just over here holding the phone.
Answer a Blitz card. Okay, that is easy. The clothes do it for us. I mean, our company's brilliant. That It Works store, myitworkstore.com. If y'all are looking for any, that's where you go. We've just got the cutest clothes, and I get compliments all the time on how cute these clothes are, because we've got workout clothes now. I've always got like my gym bag, my It Works gym bag, and my water bottles that I take, and people notice. They do. So always be wearing your gear. Magnets, car magnets, get them. They are so affordable. So they're going to say your name. They're going to have a picture of that wrap or energy on there. And your car is doing the blitzing while you're in the store blitzing people, I hope. Okay? So let your car do the talking. Another thing I've seen a lot of people do, and I've done it a few times, and people have actually taken these, is I will put the blitz cards on the magnets, or on my windshield wipers, or on that back windshield wiper, and leave them there. Because people are curious. They see those magnets, but maybe they're afraid to call you. But hey, there's something I can take. Let me take that. Okay? Obviously, you don't get follow-up information that way, but you never know whose hand that blitz card's going to get into. So that could be your next rock star, right? Lift card attached to purse. So easy thing, get it there. I've got one on my suitcase for when I travel. Gotta have be blitzing everywhere. Who is it that says that? Jamie Welsh. Always be blitzing. Is that his name? ABB. Blitz kit. So gotta have this. This is like made me so much more organized, and I'm happy when I'm organized. So this is like the pencil kit at a dollar store, Target dollar store, anything. You're gonna find a pencil kit. Pop a few wraps in there, because if you don't have wraps on hand, you're not in business, right? So make sure you've got your wraps. I like to have a few facials as well. Our gentleman had the dry wraps. Always have a dry wrap, dry facial on you. I can't tell you how many times I've blitzed somebody and they're like, well, how big is it? I mean, is it gonna work on me? Let me show you. So I pull it out. And that, honestly, it leads into the party pad, which you should always have that with you too, because you don't know when that discussion is gonna go further, and it could lead to a potential distributor. What else do I like? I like samples of greens. I've got a lip and eye in here because, well, we all know we need lip and eye from time to time. Some wow. And yeah, that's my blitz kit. It's really nice because it's just super organized. I see it, I grab it easily, I've got my cards handy. Okay, so who do we blitz? Blitz everyone. Do they have a pulse? Blitz them, please. Get out there, get out of your comfort zone and do it. And I think a reason a lot of people don't blitz is because of that ugly word, fear. Okay? I think that what helps you get over it, what's helped me get over it, is it remembering, you know what, it's not your choice. You shouldn't choose who you blitz. You blitz everybody. You offer this amazing opportunity and these awesome products to everybody. And they're gonna choose. They just decide. They decide. But hey, if they say no, please don't take it personally, because it's not no to you. Okay, it's just no, not right now, not to these products, not to this opportunity. And honestly, I feel bad for people who tell me no, because I know they're missing out. They're missing out on something that could help them, that could help their health, their wealth, and potentially change the world. So that's something to keep in mind. I think when I had that mind shift of, it's not that bad to hear no, it's a good thing to hear no, and that they really are missing out, that changed things for me a lot. So what else? You have to remember that we're offering hope wrapped in a health product. Think about that for a minute. I mean, you really are offering products to people that can change their lives. If you're a yellow, if you want to help people, that's your motivation right there. You're offering someone that can change someone's life. And really, this opportunity, like I said, it can change the world, because there's that trickle-down effect. When you start moving up, so is your team, and so many more people are able to benefit from that. So then my question to everybody is, well, why aren't you telling the world? Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
Tanya, I just had a quick question.
Go, Tanya.
With the common objection, one that I keep coming across is, I'm just beginning my journey as far as my health and wellness journey goes, and a lot of people mention the fact that I'm bigger, and they go, well, why would I get wraps from you when obviously you're not using them, So how would you approach that situation?
My thing to say in that is that, you know what, this is my health journey. I'm just getting started on it. Check me out in a year. Check where I am then. I'm always improving myself. And while you may not be seeing changes in me, I am seeing changes in me. And that is so, so important. So keep doing that. Yes, you can, friend.
I don't want to start with people because this is my personality. That you don't have to be thin to make money, so if you want to join me on that, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll go back to the other one.
All right, did you guys hear that? Lindsay said she doesn't handle it quite as sweetly. What's the gist? She says, you know what? I totally just don't have to be thin to make money. That's the truth. Just have to work a business and talk to people. My mind. All right. So fear. Going over fear again. So hey, here's the big thing. We create fears while we sit. Do you know that? When we sit and we don't take action, we are creating fears. How do we get over that fear? It's by taking action. Fear is like, it's nature's way of telling you to get your booty in gear and get working. So when you feel that fear about blitzing somebody, oh, you better go blitz them. You better go blitz them, because that's a sign. That's something you're being told you need to do. My friend always says, you know what? Take that fear along with you. Bring it along on the ride. It's going to keep coming back, and you're going to have to keep pushing it down, but why not bring it with you? Let it come. It only takes 10 seconds of insane courage to just go and talk to somebody, guys. So just make it happen. Muster it up and just go talk to them. And here's another one. We heard this at conference, and I absolutely love it. Have you guys ever prayed for that rock star to come on your team? Anybody besides me? A few of us? Yeah, we prayed for that person. Well, guess what? That server at lunch today, that was your triple diamond in your ambassador chart. You blitzer? Yeah? All right. All right, so those are the things you have to remember. God is answering your prayers. He is putting those people in front of you. You have to take advantage of it. And lastly, I know that I have been afraid to blitz many, many, many times, but I ask myself, am I being selfish? Am I keeping this amazing opportunity and these awesome products to myself when I could be helping somebody, blessing somebody with this? And that's enough to get me to blitz. I think of a mom who is crying herself to sleep at night, every single night, because her situation is so dire. And you, by just offering this blitz card, could be the person who helps change that for her. Is that crazy? That's mind-blowing to me, but it happens every single day with this company. So go out and find that mom. Go change her life. Thank you.
She makes blitzing look so fun and easy, doesn't she? And it is. It is. It's not hard. We just have to do it. And the biggest way to gain skills and confidence in this blitzing arena is to what? Do it. Do it. I have heard throughout the years and experienced that fear is often the biggest blocker for anyone. And what is the one thing that can change your fear?
Action.
Action. As soon as you start taking action, the fear starts to go down. But what you'll find is that most people wait to not feel any fear before they take action. And that is absolutely backwards. You have to take action so the fear goes down. All right. Anybody interested, or has anybody used social media to build their business? If you haven't, you're probably living under a rock. Social media is one of the fastest growing ways to build your team, to meet new people, to use as a connection point, a place to create community. So I would love for Taylor to come on up. She is going to share with us some of her favorite social media tips.
A lot of people here today. Okay, well, I'm going to sit down and you guys. So a little bit about me. I started this business when my daughter was, I think, like 2 months old. And so being at home, that was what I was wanting to do. And I did not get out as much as I thought I was going to, but I was okay with that because we were comfortable at home. And so social media, I mean, I'm already on it, I'm all over it, and so that was like my thing. I'm terrified to go blitzing. I will do it, but it's not my first thing that I will want to do for my business. So for me, social media has been the biggest way to build my business. I've actually built it solely through social media. I've never gotten a person outside of it. And so one thing I wanted to say was, before we kind of get started, when you guys are taking pictures here, post that on your Facebook and post that on your Instagram. I remember when I went to my first 1 Team 1 mission, and it was actually in Seattle. And I don't know if Brianna's still here, but she was there, and it was life-changing. And I remember I was posting all the pictures that I took while I was there, and so many people were like, oh my God, she's having so much fun. And so that was one way that I had gotten a lot of new potentials, because people saw that there was a lot of other people, and they, I shared some stories and whatnot. So share everything that you guys are learning here. Share that on your Facebook today. So let's see, I'm gonna go into, when we first start this business, a lot of us have no idea what we are doing. And our upline will say, we'll post on Facebook. And we're like, okay, so what do I post? I have no idea what I'm saying. And so as, you know, when you are a leader in this business, try to help your upline, or try to help your new distributor. I always give my new distributors posts and pictures and things like that to help them start out. One thing that I actually recently learned, and I love this tip. So when you first start, and you're going to post on social media, don't say that you actually joined It Works. Post that you are doing something exciting and you're starting a new journey and you cannot wait to get started. You will have so many people liking, commenting your status because they're going to be excited for you. So when you are posting that, behind the scenes, get together with your upline and contact those people as soon as possible. Because now you're creating a hundreds list and now you're getting potentials right off the first, your first day. So let's see. Another thing too is when you first join, you're excited, you can't wait for your kit to get in. Don't wait for your kit to come in. I promise you there's nothing special in that kit. So start posting right away and start contacting people right away and be excited. That's the biggest thing that people are drawn to. They want the excitement. They want to see, they're just easily drawn to that. So let's see, I might be getting ahead of myself. One tip too, a lot of people will want to create a second Facebook page when they sign up because they're like, oh my god, I don't want to annoy people, with all of my posting. I was that person, and let me tell you, I failed at it. It was not successful having two Facebook pages. I had no one commenting on the second one that I made, and I thought that was going to be successful. It wasn't, so I quickly deleted it. And I come to realize that making a second Facebook page just so I don't annoy people, that doesn't matter. I'm doing this business for myself and for my family, and I'm not doing it for them. So I could care less if you get annoyed with my posts.
Right on.
So another thing too is really good to start off the bat is why you joined. Why did you join this business? Everyone, I think I'm going to be going into this later, but everyone will have a story. Whether you think that you don't have one, you really do. For me, I just had a baby and I didn't want to go back to work. I was not motivated to go to work at all. And so I was lucky, able to work from home and make awesome money. But share your story with people and let people know why you're doing this because you will be able to relate with anyone. Whether you're a mom or a college student or, maybe you're close to retiring, everyone has a story and you can relate to someone. So just share the heck out of that story because that's going to get you the good bonuses. Okay, so another thing too is, what made you join? What was that post? For me, I just kept seeing it on my newsfeed and I read the success stories and I was, I think I actually went on and I read Denise's story, I read Joel and Stephanie and whoever else was on the E-Suite or It Works page. And I was seeing the dollar signs and I'm a red, and I'm a yellow and a red, but that was the money that I was wanting to make, and so I was like, I gotta do that. So I was, just share what made you join, whether it was, the money or the friends. I have a lot of people that come to me and they're like, I need friends. And I'm like, you can be my best friend, I'll be your friend. But a lot of people have different reasons, so share that too, because you'll be able to relate with anyone. And then another thing too is before and after photos, that is going to attract people. Even if people don't like it or comment on it, keep posting because people are always, always, always watching you. And sometimes we may feel like that some people are not, but I promise you, you'll have people come out of the woodwork. And even a year later, they'll be like, I'm ready to sign up because I've been watching you and I see what you're doing with this and I want to do that too. So always be posting on Facebook. I also do a lot of Instagram as well. So find out what platform works for you. Some people have no idea what to do on Instagram, and that's okay. If you're good over Facebook, then stick with that, and then you can learn tips in the meantime. But don't complicate your business and don't make it more complicated for yourself because it's just going to make it way harder on you. So let's see, we have a 3-3 rule of posting. So when you are posting on social media, you need to be posting every single day, especially if this is a way that you want to build your business. So posting, 2 status updates 3 times a day, so morning, noon, and night. If you guys don't know the app called Buffer, that is a really good app to use. I know like our whole entire team uses that because we still have a lot of people that are working. And if you're wanting to do it over social media, download that app. You can actually schedule your post so it goes out during the day while you're at work. So you're kind of already making money while you're making money. So when it comes to posting on Facebook, you want to make sure that you're really inviting. A lot of people will just post a ton of pictures about the products. Someone said it earlier, but like the greens that corporate makes, I wouldn't really personally share that just because people want to see you using, the product. So if you're drinking your greens in the morning, take a picture or take a selfie or whatever it is, but show people that you're using the products because that's going to, they don't want to see a bottle. They want to see you using them and they want to see the results too. So let's see, be inviting, be excited. When you have a good profile that isn't spammy, people are going to be intrigued and they're going to want to go to you, especially when they see your passion. I always tell my team, share your passion with people because as soon as you start speaking, you have that passion and people can tell, they're going to be so attracted to you. No? Are you, okay, I pushed the button, so I was like, ooh, crap. Let's see. So people are going to be attracted to you when they see your passion. Another thing too is keep your dirty laundry off of Facebook. We already have so much negativity in the world. No one wants to, have that added, especially on their Facebook. If you are having a bad day, I always stay off of social media when I'm having a bad day, or I will just go to, my upline or my fiance and I'll vent to them. Don't ever vent to your downline. That's not going to be good for your business. So that's another little tip too. So another thing to be posting is before and after photos, and then also what It Works is doing for you. So I love seeing this. I love when my team is posting, they just make wrap cash, or they just wrap someone, or they blitzed or whatever. Always post that on Facebook because people love seeing that, especially when you're making money and it's $25 or $100. That can go towards anything for anyone. So always share that you are doing something with your business, whether it is big or small. And then also another thing too is when you're starting out, if you don't feel like you have the success that you can, share with people, share what you think your future is going to look like because of It Works.
Congratulations,
I know
Lisa.
that's so huge because when I first started, I was like, well, I didn't earn any good bonuses. I didn't do that. But I know what I want to get out of it. I want a nice house. I want a nice car. I want my dream car that I've wanted since I was a little girl. And I want to travel. I want to go around the world and show... Oh, I shouldn't have said it because I get emotional thinking about it. But I want to show my daughter the world because that was something that I've always wanted to do.
Woo!
So show what you want out of this company because that is going to attract people. God, I hate crying. Okay, hopefully these tears will dry. Okay, so be inviting and invite people on your adventure. You can go to the next. Another thing too is be consistent. Stay consistent with your business. I know that I have so many people that, they're like, oh, well, no one's liking my post. No one, especially a lot of the time people won't like it, but you will get messages behind the scene. And like I said, people are always watching, so just make sure that you are staying consistent with your business because I promise you that it will pay off. I know that there's been times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I am not, no one is watching me, I just felt so frustrated, but then I would get a message that day or the next day, and then it was just an aha moment, a reminder that people are always watching. So let's see, some jeans. Okay, so have your profile picture be of you. This is huge, especially when you're on Instagram. Your profile picture is so small and people can't click on it. So make sure that your face is right there just because people want to know that you're a real person. Be inviting, you know, I said all of that stuff, but be excited, share your passion, share what you're doing daily. I think I'm getting way ahead of myself, sorry guys. So let's see. Stay consistent with your business. Photos, okay, I really want to go into this because this is one thing that has really changed a lot for me. But having good photos, especially if you are on Instagram, Instagram is a photo platform, and so this is really big. Having good photos will change everything. So for example, when you are on Instagram, like I know for me, I love photography and I really admire good photos. Whether it's anything, if it's a good photo that I like, I'm attracted to it and I'll follow that person. And that's the same exact thing within this business. If people see that you have really good photos and it's not just a ton of product photos or even before and after photos, they're gonna wanna follow you. So some things that you can be posting about are, you know, your family, your adventures that you're going on, what I'm doing, your friendships, selfies, nature, something inspirational, business, and result photos. So when it comes to taking a photo, you always, it's so funny, a lot of people are like, how do you have such good photos? When you face natural lighting, and if you go in front of a window, you're gonna have really good lighting on your face or a product or whatever it is. So as you guys can, I don't know if you guys back there can see, but on this picture of the greens, when your photo is behind the, or when your light is behind the object, it's gonna make the object really dark and you can't really see it. You guys can probably use an app to make that better, but if you can already face the natural lighting, that's just gonna be a lot easier on you. And it's gonna come out in better quality. And then you guys can see that it's, when you're facing the light, it's way brighter, it's more noticeable, you can see everything that it says. And that's the same thing when you're taking, you know, photos of yourself or with friends or whatever. Just try to have the best lighting because that's going to attract people. Let's see. So some good editing apps that I use are, it's called Faded. I love that one. Pick Tap Go. A lot of people are like, how do you get your pictures so clear? That's the app that I use. That's my secret. I love that. And then PicLab is another good one for, especially if you're wanting to do like collages or anything. Or I know that you can do the white sides. If you guys are on Instagram and you see the white sides, that's how you can do that in there. And then for wording, I love, like when my girls are promoting, I love getting a really good picture of them and I put wording on it saying like whatever rank they're going for or what they are. Rana Designs, that one I think you do have to pay for. I think it's like 99 cents. But that one's a really good one. And then WorkSwag, that's also a really good one that I love too. I think you can go to the next slide. Okay, so how to find new friends. How can you grow your business on social media? A lot of people are like, well, how do you do it? And I'm like, trust me, there's thousands of ways to find people. It's kind of stalkerish, I'm not gonna lie, but it works out and it makes you grow your team. So it's awesome. And if you're already on social media anyways, you might as well just spend a little bit more time to do this. So it's so important to always be growing your network. Social media is such an easy way to build your business, especially when you are feeling stuck on signing distributors and customers. And wondering who else you can reach out to. This is the best way, especially if you are really shy like I am. Blitzing isn't your cup of tea. Social media is the best way to do this. So, what I do is this is kind of Instagram, but I also do this on Facebook too. So I will add at least 20 to 30 people a day. Sometimes I don't do it every single day, I will be honest. But when I do sit down, I do try to do it several times a week. That way I'm constantly growing. So for Instagram, what I do is I go into the search bar and I type in, like a favorite hashtag of mine or something that I can relate to. The biggest thing when you're doing this is you want to be able to find people that you're going to be able to relate with. If I'm trying to think of something. If I know that there's a really popular hashtag that some of the higher people up in this company use, and it's boy mom, I think. I don't have a boy, so I can't relate to that. So I'm not going to search in that hashtag. It would be a great way to find a mom, but I would rather search girl mom because I love my daughter, and I can relate to people like that. So when you are searching in hashtags, you want to do something that you're able to relate to. And what I do is I will find a picture that I like, and then I'll go to that person's Instagram, and then I will like 3 to 5 of their photos, and then I comment on at least 2 of them. By doing this, and then I also will follow them too, and by doing this, you have a 30% chance of them following you back. And so, let's see, I like 3 to 5, and then comment on 2 to 3, and then I follow that person. And also, as soon as I start following them, I will put them on my hundreds list. I haven't even talked to them, but I'm going to. Another thing too, on Instagram, and you can do this on Facebook too, is you can search in businesses. So let's see, where were we yesterday? I tagged ourselves in somewhere yesterday, and at Bookwalter. And I tagged us, and so now whenever anyone tags themselves at Bookwalter and they go to look at other people that have been there, they'll see my photo. It's kind of a really good way for you to also find people as well. And then, let's see, another thing that I do too is I will go, so a lot of the pages that I follow, I'll go to whoever liked their photo, because when you're going to someone's photo and you're going through who liked it, those people that liked it are really active on social media. So that's a really good way to find people, because some people I'll follow and they haven't posted pictures in like 18 weeks, and I'm like, okay, I have no idea who you are. So I won't really follow those people just because they're not that social on there. But follow people that you are interested in, or search for people like Women's Health Magazine, boutiques, or for guys, beards, I don't know, whatever else you guys are interested in, you guys can find people that way. And then I also look through people's followers, and I follow people that way. I go through their likes on their photos, and I do the same thing on Facebook. With Facebook, you have groups, and this is actually how I started building an Australia team, was by being a part of a mommy group. And so mommy groups are kind of crazy sometimes. I don't know if any of you guys know that. But also, find other groups that you can relate to and then try to join them. A lot of the groups, they don't really let you post in it about your business, but I always friend those people, and I always try to interact on that page. That way people are always seeing me. And then they're more likely to add me when I'm interacting with them too. Let's see. And then so on Facebook, you can also find locations, towns, cities, states, restaurants, anything like that. You can search for it, and that's another really great way to build your business. So, I always look for people in different areas in different states, and that's how a lot of us have built our business throughout the whole U.S. is just by searching for those people. And it does take time, but it's totally worth it. And, like I said, just don't forget them and put them on your hundreds list right away, especially if you are getting so many people. You don't want to forget about them, because you don't know who your next ambassador is going to be. Let's see. And then, I think, next slide. Oh, okay, never mind. So a couple of tips I just want to give to you guys are, just share your story. This is one thing that I always do. And, I will either make it really long or I'll make it really short, but I'm constantly sharing it, and that's how you're going to find distributors, and that's how you're going to attract people. People want to see your success, and they want to know what it's doing for you. So I'm, constantly sharing my story. And like I said, yes, you do have a story. You don't need a stage to tell your story. And, if you just started in this business, tell the reason, what your background was, what made you want to join, and what you want your future to look like. Remember to stay consistent and always be growing your network. Another thing, too, is never, never, never prejudge anyone. There's so many people on my team that I either went to high school with or that I knew from other people, and I was like, oh, you're on my team now. That's kind of weird. I never would expect you. But they're my runners, and it's so awesome because if I would have judged them and if I wouldn't have, reached out to them, we probably wouldn't be where we are today. And they definitely wouldn't be where they are today either. So you never know who is actually going to want to join.